everybody, Brannon Beliso here. Success Never Sleeps, episode number 9. I'm here with you on this Father's Day. I hope everybody had an amazing Father's Day. I know I did. My elder son, he came down from Sacramento, and we got to hang out. I thought it was just a good time. We hung out, we went swimming, we spent a lot of quality time together. And I just want to wish all the dads out there a very, 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 very happy Father's Day. I hope it was a good one for you. I know it was for me. So if you're out there and you want to hop on. It's Brannon Beliso, hanging out with you in Success Never Sleeps, episode number 8. Tonight we're going to talk about systems. I shared that earlier. I posted a video sharing that my Millboro location on Saturday was being ran by teenagers. And it was. The front desk was 20 years old. The senior instructor on the floor was 18. And both of the other black belts were 15 and I believe almost 16. And I think the strength in what I was sharing about that, from what I first learned in reading E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber, was the fact that systems allow ordinary people to perform extraordinarily. I think the big thing we tend to do is dismiss teenagers and often dumb it down. But I think the potential, what I love about working with a younger workforce is that they're hungry, they're teachable, they're enthusiastic. Many of them are open-minded to the potential. And once you inspire them and motivate them, it's really amazing the possibilities that can manifest and the culture and the environment you can create. So I think it's really important to understand that and know that the key to that is the systems that you design and then the systems you have to train them to implement those systems. Because it doesn't matter how well a system is written if you don't have the ability or the tools or the methods to train people in that system. Then you're at a stalemate, really. You're at the stalemate, because I've seen many great systems make it to paper, but never make it, they never get implemented into a school or a business because they don't have that bridge. That bridge is the school that you create within your school. As I say, the university within your business, where you train people to execute these systems. You feel me? I know, Chris. Chris is saying it's always great to see you live, but I just wish you could start 30 minutes earlier as I start teaching in 15 minutes. I know, but I got to wait for the kids to go to bed. And once the kids go to bed, Chris, then this is where you'll find me. I left Pellegrino. So with that said, where do we begin with that? Where does that all begin? Well, I think, again, no matter how great the system is, if I don't have the team, then I have nobody to train. So I think it's important to start trying to hire based upon your culture or your why. Now, ours is very clear. I've posted our mission statement. We are one, a community dedicated to serving you in every moment to live your best life, right? I said all the time, you call my school, people will answer the phone, live your best life at One Martial Arts. We wrap up a class and we bow out. We say to the class, what are you going to go out there and do? And they all say, live your best life, sir. Why do we have to clean the bathroom in between classes? Because the mom can't live her best life if there's pee-pee on the floor and the band played on. So when we hire culturally, we're looking for people where that purpose statement resonates with them. If you're passionate about helping people live their best life and you're dedicated to service, then I don't care if you have a perfect front kick. I can teach you the perfect front kick. I can teach you how to teach. But really, if you don't have those core values and you don't get the purpose, you don't get the why, then it's like pushing a big rock up a hill. And you'll find as you're beginning to define your culture, and that culture is being defined, you might find people no longer fit your culture. And I ran into that. I've had People I grew up with in the martial arts, trained with in the martial arts, and ended up quitting and leaving as we grew as a school and a business because it didn't fit their values anymore. And that's okay too. So I think it's really mindful to know that you want to choose and pick potential team members, not just because they're in your school, not just because they've got a great front kick, but that they fit your culture, they fit your why, they get your purpose, it resonates with them. Otherwise, it's like pushing a big rock up a hill. So are we clear on that? That's why I spend so much time and effort in defining that why, right? We define that why. So instead of saying we are a team, we say we are one, because I want them to know they're just as important as I am to the culture, right? I might be the head, but they're the hand. The hand doesn't work without the head, and what good's the head if it doesn't have a hand to pick up things? So we're very passionate even in that. That's why we don't say we're a team. No, we are one. We're one martial arts. We're one person. We're one entity. We're one culture. We're one, and no one person is greater or lesser. We're all one. That sense of equality. So even in that has been very instrumental for us in hiring people that are enthusiastic, people that are inspired, people that want to help us fulfill that purpose and are passionate about fulfilling that purpose. And that's one of the reasons why I have teenagers running my new location at times, and we're at 328 students in 16 months. We're on a path to do $650,000 this year. Tomorrow we have 39 campers coming into Millbrae. And it's exciting to watch a second school replicate the behavior of the first school. And somebody said that, how long have you been here? Right? It's like you guys have been around forever. It's because we behave like an established business because we're utilizing the systems that we developed at the school in San Francisco. Okay, so let's talk more about a system. I'm going to turn this for a minute. Elements of a system, right? Elements of a system. First, you need to define the system. Why is it needed and how will it help? And then you define the elements, okay? Why is it needed? How will it help? And define the elements, okay? So let's talk about that. Let's define a system based upon the why. Live your best life, okay? Here's a simple system. Somebody walks through the door of our school, we say hello within 5 seconds, right? Why is it needed? Because we believe it helps people feel welcome, makes them feel engaged, makes them feel important, makes them feel of value. Does that help someone live their best life? Absolutely. How will it help? Well, God, they'll feel welcome, they'll feel special, so it'll help a lot in promoting our culture of helping people live the best life. I don't believe you can live your best life if you feel like you belong, unless you feel like you belong there and you're of value to our team, our culture, our school. Okay? And so let's define the elements of that. So how do we say hello within 5 seconds? Could be a head nod? No way, right? So we define, what does it take to really greet somebody properly? A smile? Okay, right? You want to say, welcome to One Martial Arts. Good. If it's a smaller child, then we're going to say, hey, what's up, Johnny? Give him a little fist bump. And then there's another variable. So they open the door. Within 5 seconds, everybody from the front desk to whoever's taking attendance to whoever's teaching on the floor stops what they're doing very briefly and just says, welcome to One Martial Arts. Even if I'm teaching, I'll look over and wave a hand. If somebody's on the phone, they'll look up and wave a hand. If they're on the computer, they'll turn around and say, welcome to One Martial Arts. If it's a younger child, they might answer that a little bit differently. Cool? I don't think I'm tired, Brandon. I just think it's the lighting in this room. Makes me look like I have bags under my eyes. Here, you want me to do this, Brandon? How's that? Is that better? There you go. I can hold up the phone like that. Yeah, it's the angle of the phone and the lighting in this room, Brandon. It makes me look like I got really big bags under my eyes. But I'm cool. I just swam a lot today, so I was hanging in the sun. Today was a very low-key day. And our Warriors got beat, so that wasn't much fun either. Okay, so we got that first part. You got to understand why that system is needed, and that system is based upon what? It's based upon your why, okay? Second, you want to design the system. What are the steps in the process and how do they support? I've already done that. Then you want to test the system, implement it, see what works, and fix what doesn't. Then you need to verify the system. Use the test data to prove that it works. And then 5, manage the system. Train the team on it and review the system regularly. Cool? So that's all the elements of the system. So I'm very passionate about system design. To me, it's God, I can't express to you the importance for me of designing a system. Let me move up on this couch now that I'm done with that slide. All right. So systems are the key, and we all have systems. The thing is, we probably don't pay attention to the fact that we do. Think of your morning ritual when you wake up. What's your system? Step 1, get out of bed. Step 2, I put on my slippers. Step 3, I go into the bathroom. Step 4, I use the bathroom. Step 5, I brush my teeth. Step 6, I walk out and say good morning to my kids and my wife. Step 7, I make my breakfast and take my vitamins and do what I need to do. Step 8, I hop in the shower. Step 9, I do all my grooming and I get dressed. Step 10, I leave the house. We all have systems. Every one of us have systems. And those systems are what make our life manageable. And it's the same thing with your business. You want to make your business manageable. You want to make it replicable. You want to make it scalable, not dependent upon you. Then you need to write the systems. It's so easy to take one of my systems or somebody else's and not reinvent the wheel. I understand that. But you have your own vision. You have your own values. You have your own why. And it is that why that is going to help you develop something unique and something special. You feel me? So it's very important that you take that time. I would encourage you to discipline yourself to take at least 2 hours a day, that chunk of time in the morning where you lock down. I've written most of our systems, and there's still so many more that need to be done. But I will sit in Pete's coffee, and before I look at emails or Facebook or anything, I write a system. And then after that, I write the system to train the team to execute the system. And then we test it and we verify it, and we're always looking at data, because that data tells us where the system needs to be tweaked and adjusted. We might need to rewrite a step. We just rewrote our new student experience, and we made adjustments based upon using it in real time and realizing some things could be better. So systems are the key to your freedom. They are. And you're going to hear anyone who is successful or anybody that isn't, the business is not dependent upon them. A personality-driven business will tell you the same thing time and time and time again. Cool? So I want to open up the floor. Let's talk a little bit about systems. Success Never Sleeps, episode 9 with me, Brannon Beliso. So give me your questions. Put them in there. It's your turn. Good product. Pellegrino. Love it. Type in those questions for me, folks. So while you're doing that, I just want to share that July 24th, I will be in Seattle, Washington, Kirkland to be exact, at Elite Martial Arts. I'm doing an all-day event. Go to brannonbeliso.com, look for It's Time Live. Seattle on July 24th. You want to be there? We're going to go over how to earn 285 students in 12 months. 285. That's what we did at our new school in Millbrae. We're currently at 328, and it's growing. So I'm going to share my unique methods of marketing, and then I'm also going to talk to you about defining a success mindset. I'm going to talk to you about staff development, curriculum development, because I think those are the very important elements of our business. We're going to have a huge Q&A where I'm going to answer your questions real-time live to help you better your business and really give you what I believe is innovative and cutting-edge content that you don't often hear about in this industry. And it'll give you another way to view the way you do business, and hopefully it might be the key to your success. So join me in Seattle, Washington on July 24th at Elite Martial Arts in exactly Kirkland. Go to brannonbeliso.com, look for the link, get signed up, join me that day. I promise you, I will give you my heart and hopefully better your life and your business. So come on, type in those questions, folks. What you got for me tonight? What you got? Because I'm here with you. It's Time Live, Brannon Beliso, episode number 9. So did everybody have a good Father's Day? I hope you did. I know I did. It was awesome. It was awesome. I always love to hang out with my older son. He's a pretty amazing soul. Pretty amazing. So type in those questions, folks. tonight is with you. It's Time Live. Wow, we got a lot of people on. Chris Malloy all the way from Australia. Kai Kraft, great guy. Another one, he's got a very successful school in Germany. I think it's Dragon Sport. Am I saying that right, Kai? Dragon Sport. Yeah, Dragon Sport. So he's there as well. So type in those questions. It's all about you because success never sleeps. Episode 9. Hanging out with me, Brannon Beliso. Okay. So while I'm waiting for those questions, you guys, I'm going to continue talking, which I can do lots and lots of. Once you understand the need of a system, then writing the system is a pretty basic process. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Then verifying, testing, and constantly reviewing that system to make things better is also a very simple process. I think the hardest process for me with writing systems was just getting the first one in the can. Just write it. You know what I mean? Just write that system. Don't worry if it has to be perfect or not. Just write it. Get into the habit of writing and writing those systems, because also what you're doing with that is you're becoming an authority. You're doing your research. You're doing your homework. Remember, you don't have to know to go, right? If you want to be an expert at something, do your research, do your homework, document it, practice it, and you can become an expert at anything. Anything. A doctor wasn't born a doctor. A lawyer wasn't born a lawyer. They learn, they practice, and they're constantly practicing to become better. It's the same thing here. You weren't born an entrepreneur. You weren't born a systems writer. You weren't born an authority on business, specifically the martial arts business. But that doesn't mean you can't become it. If you have that passion, if you understand the value of becoming a true entrepreneur in the martial arts business, then you can achieve that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Knowledge is power. Knowledge can be accumulated. It's content, and it's relevant content to the success of your school and what you do. You feel me? So come on, type them in there. I love your questions. Give them to me. Give them to me. Let's communicate. Type in those questions with me. Brannon Beliso, Success Never Sleeps, episode number 9. Again, at brannonbeliso.com, we got other great things like my blog is there. I have a great active blog, and I tell people all the time, you're welcome to use any of my blogs, put them in your newsletters. Just give me credit. Just say it came from Brannon Beliso. But a lot of those motivational blogs can serve you in retention, inspiring your students, your parents, help them understanding the why of a service-based business if you are service-based. So you're welcome to use my blogs. They're there at brannonbeliso.com. You can also use me for consultation. I have my 8-month mentoring program as well, as you can hire me by 30 minutes or 60 minutes on the phone. So come on, type in those questions. I want them tonight. Don't be lazy. Get in there, folks. Get in there. Talk to me. Tonight we're talking about systems, the value of systems, how to write systems, and the different elements that go with them. You know, there's so many of systems around you, and you use them every day. I was using the one from McDonald's, which is a pretty standard one, right? Let's say I need to make French fries. What's the system behind French fries? First thing I do, I open up the freezer. I take out the bag. I walk over to the basket. I open up the French fries. I put a certain amount in there. You know, I gently lower the basket into the vat. I turn on the timer. Timer goes ding, ding, ding. I take the basket out of the oil. I shake it a couple of times. I dump the French fries under the hot lamp, you know, in the tray. I put so many things of salt. I take the little bag. I put the French fries in the bag, and then I put it in the bag and give it to the customer. There's another system. The systems are everywhere, and it's not that daunting. You just have to start writing those systems. Please write those systems, okay? All right, folks. If you don't have any questions for me, I'm going to get out of here. It is Father's Day. I had a wonderful day. As Brandon said, I'm looking really tired. I'll take that as maybe I need to go to bed early tonight. That's possible too. But I had a great Father's Day, hanging out with my kids, barbecuing, swimming, just being together. Very simple. I got to hang out with my older son last night till pretty late, and we sat up and we just talked, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So Mark's asking me, what systems should we start with? Well, I think the first system, you know, I would look at is training my existing team. That's a very valuable one. You know, what system do you have to train them to teach wipeout curriculum? And I always start with the wipeout curriculum. You know why? If I can't convert those trials, Mark, then it's useless, right? I'm not going to grow my school. So on one end of it, I want to work on those systems to take them from whether you do a 4-week, we do a 4-week trial, right? And so we have that system for the first 4 weeks, pretty tight. I'm very proud of that. And we spend a lot of time looking at that system because you get all these great trials through the door and they don't convert at the end of the month, then you need to work on that system. So I would start with that system, number one. And then on the other end of that, what systems do I have in place to make sure my black belts are inspired to continue? That's another system. There's so many, Mark, you know. The system of opening your school, closing your school. I mean, there's so many. What I would recommend you do is take a yellow legal pad, Mark, and just methodically write down your whole day. Everything you do in one day. Hey, Laura, what's happening? Laura Castro. Happy Father's Day. Yeah. Very talented, beautiful woman, Laura Castro. And that's what I did. I took a yellow legal pad. I had everybody in my school write down what they did. Because at the time we had nothing for front desk, nothing for anybody. You know, we had everybody write down what they did on a yellow pad. And then we took all that information, began divvying it up. Who should be in this task? Who should do that task? And then we label it by importance, right? Is it important to have a system to open your school, Mark? Absolutely. That's got to happen every day. Should there be a system for taking attendance? Absolutely. It's got to happen every day. Should we have a system, you know, for all the daily operations? Absolutely. But again, if I don't have great food in my restaurant, we're talking about the curriculum, teaching the curriculum, you know, implementing it, then who cares? Who cares if I know how to open the door, turn on the lights, turn off the alarm, answer the messages, return the calls, you know, do those things? It doesn't matter because nobody's going to come through the door and nobody's going to stay. So I'm very passionate about attacking that curriculum first. But all the systems are important, Mark. They really are. Next question. Currently doing 6-week trial looking at your model of 4 weeks. Yeah, you know, I said the other night that I can't stand Groupons. And somebody came at me and said, hey, Groupons are working really well for us. And I said, hey, right, rock and roll, more power to you, buddy. So that's fine too. You just have to find what works for you. Cool? You just got to figure out what works for you. And I think for us, we tried the 6 weeks. So don't get me wrong, Mark. It's not like I just said 6 weeks sucks. No, we did the 6 weeks for $69. That was a very popular thing in the industry for a time there. And for us, it did not work. One, there was sticker shock. We're jumping from $69 for a 6 week of lessons to $149 for 4 weeks at once a week, or $189 for twice a week for a month. So it was a huge jump, and there was just such sticker shock. And if it's going to take me 6 weeks to show you the benefits of my school, then I need to go back to the drawing board and work a little bit harder. Cool? Good stuff as always. Thanks. Really appreciate these episodes. They open my thinking. And that's what it's about. You know, I'm not asking you to think like me. I'm not trying to convince you to think like me. I'm not saying I'm the expert. I know everything. Just do it the way I say. What I'm trying to do is get you to think. Think about your why. Think about, you know, the systems you believe are going to help grow your school. You know why? It's your life. It's your business. It's your space. It's your race. Not mine. Not mine. I'm just here as a guide. I'm here as a mentor. I'm here to inspire you to think. And possibly, if you believe service is something that resonates with you without the contracts, upgrades, belt fees, and all that, then we might align, you know, as far as vision and values in that department. Cool? All right, next question, folks. Give it to me, because you're with me, Brannon Beliso, episode 9 of Success Never Sleeps. Come on, there's a lot of people on this call, but nobody's talking tonight. No, just listen. Don't be that person who stands on the sideline and claps their hands and watches the parade go by. No. Get on that lead float, wave your baton, and say, look at me. I'm Sandra D. Right? Like in that movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Remember how he got up on the lead float and was singing Twist and Shout? Be that person. You know, life is a blessing, and every day that we're given to live life, man, I do. I shared that the other day. When I wake up in the morning, I breathe in and say I am breathing. As I breathe out, first thing out of my mouth and my mind is I am grateful. I get another day to live my best life. That's really important to me, to create that type of mindset, to be grateful for what I do have versus what I don't have. I'm going to serve everybody better if I'm grateful for everyone who walks through that door. I'm grateful when you quit because you need to move on. I'm grateful if you sign up. I'm grateful if you continue each month being grateful on all levels of life, I think really helps perpetuate positivity and the law of abundance, and you attract wealth into your life. Not just financial wealth, relationship wealth, physical wealth, mental wealth. A lot of wealth comes from gratitude. Okay, next question. Give it to me. Who do you use for your promotional materials, etc., brochures? I work with Chris Pirelli and his team over at Dojo Muscle. Predominantly, I work with them for that. Anything that we do, printed, rack cards, things of that nature. I like his artists. They're happy to do my edits. They work with me. They know my vision is very strong. And we'll go back and forth editing a piece for, several weeks at a time. And I appreciate that. I'm not a guy who's going to buy something ready-made out of the box and just slap my logo on it. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It doesn't have my brand. It doesn't have pictures of my students with our patch. It's very, very, very important to me that my brand is communicated properly. And I love the people at Dojo Muscle because they're willing to work with me on that. So just tell Chris Pirelli that Brannon Beliso sent you, and they'll take good care of you. Good care of you. DojoMuscle.com. Next one. Who else we got up tonight? All right, if you don't... Oh, wait. What we got here? Any update on the website service you might be offering? Yeah. I'm working closely with a guy named Eric Shields. He's aboard with us. We're working with Chris Yango, and we're almost done with our site. I'm really excited about it. But I needed to understand what that meant. Because when the day's done, if it's more cost effective to pay somebody $199 a month or $299 a month, then so be it. So be it. But I want to know that for a fact, because I did that. I paid the $199 a month. I didn't like generic website with the fake testimonials and the whole 9 yards. It didn't resonate with me at a heart level, value-wise. Didn't promote my culture at all. So I really have been on this path of learning, and I'm sorry it's taken a little longer, Mark. But I need to learn this, because if I'm going to ask you and tell you that you're better off buying your website and owning it instead of leasing it from somebody, like right now you might own the URL, but you're basically leasing your website from one of these services. Now, if at the end of the day, that's the better way to go, I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to absolutely tell you that. But I'm finding out through this process, I need to understand. How is it coded? How many hours does it take? Why would somebody charge you $199 a month or $299? Why would they do that? And is it really that necessary? So be patient. Be patient. I got a pretty sucky website right now. Take a look at it. It's our old website once we parted ways with a sales-based website from a company I don't want to name. But we went back to our old website, just put a lead capturing thing, and we had 61 trials last month. And most of those were web leads, and that's just one location. So our website's decent, but it's not where I want to take it to with a WordPress, Squarespace type website. There's amazing things you can do with your site. And again, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg. Nor do I believe you should be renting. Yeah, you see how our kickboxing page looks? That's how our website's moving towards. So if you get a chance, go to BrannonBeliso.com. That is a WordPress template. That is the direction we're heading to. It's mobile responsive. Looks really good on a smartphone. 60% is happening on a smartphone now. 60. So if your website is not at least mobile responsive and they can see it well, then I think that's one of the first big things I would tell people. Make it mobile responsive. Second, start building landing pages. Stop sending someone to this general home page that has all your services on it. All I care about is kickboxing. I don't need to see your kids' karate, your kids' birthday parties, your day camps, or anything. All I need is a birthday party. I don't need to look at anything else. So we're designing these specific landing pages. We also have our after-school landing page. Take a look at it. It's there on marshars.com. Also very powerful. I think the big thing to be mindful of in that process with a landing page is that it's very specific, promotes benefits. It has some way to basically, without being intrusive, capture their information. All we ask for is name and email. That's it. And then we can put them in a autoresponder, what's called a flow, where they're getting emails from us every couple of days, promoting the benefits, and then hopefully they'll choose to sign up for one of our trials. So those are some of the components I know need to be at any website. Some way to capture leads, some way to promote the benefits and give them a compelling why. they should want to come at least into your school to try your intro or the different things that you have. But I promise you, once I finish my learning here, I take it going to college right now, learning about web design, then I'm going to share that with the industry. I could be totally wrong. Maybe you should be leasing your website. I don't know. I'm not at the end of that journey yet. Cool? All right, folks. So if you don't need anything else from me tonight, this is Brannon Beliso and Success Never Sleeps, episode 9. Go to brannonbeliso.com, check out all my services, and support me in this process of serving our industry. Until we talk again, go out there and make a difference.